Hello, it's the Sinister Gambino here with a new stream. In this stream, I'm going to be going over the event week for this week in Grand Theft Online. And for once, I'm doing it within the first week, between like Thursday and Sunday, whatever, instead of like Monday or Tuesday, like the last couple weeks or whatever. But whatever. But yeah. Going to title of the stream, the new addition for the vehicle is the Vapid Slamtruck. I'll be going to price of that one when I get to showing off like the podium vehicle and stuff. And Mr. Spectator, the things that I found to be most worthy for the event week is 2 times money RP on bunker series, bunker sales and bunker series. The first one of those surely being the most useful, and bunker series is the like set of adversary modes that takes place in the bunker, which I say is some of the more varied amounts of adversary modes, no doubt. So probably some of the funner adversary modes that they put on 2 times money RP. And there's also 40% off bunkers, the heavy APC, and then the Caras, which is the regular, and the like the original one, which was the 6x6. But yeah, I believe the podium vehicle for the week is actually the Peyote Custom, which I think is one of the vehicles from the previous update of something summer special. So I believe that is the podium vehicle. And it seems it's already a custom version, you don't seem to just get the regular Peyote. That would be a pretty strange podium vehicle, a vehicle from like day one in the game. I don't know if they've done a podium vehicle from like day one in the game ever before. So it's already a custom version from my understanding. So it does way through the upgrade price, which is really nice. Otherwise, the value would be really shit. But yeah, it already has a memory on it, so clearly it's not the day one Peyote. It's already a custom version. So I do my typical wheel spin for the week, which I barely ever do it for the whole week. Honestly, I only really feel it's worth doing once, because most times I get RP and stuff anyways. It's really hard to get those mystery ones and all that. I ones with only one spot. Of course I get RP again. Yeah, that's the like 4th of the wheel there. So whatever. Oh, I got 10,000. Second highest, I think, unless you get the podium vehicle, then I think the vehicle one becomes like 20,000 or some shit. But yeah. I'll start off with the new vehicle, I'll go over that one first. New vehicle is the Vapid Slamtruck. So we technically now have all of those Southern San Andreas Super Auto vehicles in the game from this current DLC now. There is one still missing, but they have released it for like a particular event week, which was like the 9-day event week, whatever. And that was like the Brioso 300. That's not on this website right now, but it was like a free like Christmas event week like vehicle, whatever. So Brioso 300 still has to get like a permanent release, it seems, for the Southern San Andreas website, so that might get its own event week for all we know, or they might still have it with another vehicle. So yeah, technically the Brioso 300 for proper purchase, not like as a free vehicle, still needs to be on here, but with this now in the game, we kind of have had all of the vehicles for this website. It's actually the most expensive of all of them on this website for the current update, being $1,310,000. Which is definitely quite a lot to ask for, kind of. However, it does have the slightest bit of functionality, and I don't mean slightest in a good way necessarily. So yeah, Vapid Slamtruck, there's no trade price for it. It is kind of an interesting vehicle though, because I do think it has hydraulics on it. You just cannot put like vehicles on the back of it. Like, yeah, you can have vehicles on top of the ramp, obviously, but you can't like lock them in place by pressing like right on the D-pad or something like that when the vehicle's on top of it, which is really weird. I don't know why I can't have that kind of functionality on a vehicle like that. I don't know if it would be really tough to program, at least on these previous last gen systems now, not the like PS5 and all that stuff thing now. But yeah, for some reason it's another vehicle where there's the huge missed opportunity in not being able to put vehicles on the back. Okay, like maybe I get the Wastelander in the past and stuff where like that one, the ramp was too high up to put a vehicle on it. This one, I believe you can obviously like get vehicles on there since it's a much like shorter ramp in terms of its like height and stuff, like its starting height and all, if that makes sense. So this could have been a really good vehicle, but like a lot of the vehicles in this update, while they're kind of cool and all, like with the looks of it and all, functionality wise, it's really trash. All it really has is hydraulics, so it's just another vehicle in the game with hydraulics, and if you really want hydraulics, you might as well go like a custom lowrider anyways. Any of them really in Benny's that has all kinds of customizations, since those are some of the most customizable vehicles in the game after all. So it can be kind of cool, because yeah, if you drive slowly, or if you drive a small amount, you might be able to still have it on the vehicle. You just can't be like super reckless or going super fast, because there's no way to just like put vehicles down on it, which is very unfortunate. So yeah, even if it did have the functionality, I don't know if I would have purchased this anyways, and at least for now I'm not going to purchase it. Maybe if I do a lot more like Cayo Perico Heist in the next week or two. If I get back to grinding Cayo Perico Heist, I might do that. Since yeah, I've been taking kind of a long break, because I did go for like the Kurt's 31 Patrol Boat and the Longfin, when those were Prime Gaming discounts. But yeah, it's a very missed opportunity on the Slamtruck. And yeah, I'm not going to be showing that off, because I don't really buy civilian vehicles particularly, at least. And for trophy vehicles, I think there's only one that actually has like a weapon on it. So maybe for that one I'll buy it, but it's like a bow and it's not customizable or anything. For a little like sneak peek. So yeah, podium vehicle now. That will be on Benny's. But yeah, it's in the top 6 here. So it is from the latest DLC that brought Benny's vehicles, which is the previous DLC, Los Santos Summer Special. So regular peyote is 30,000, so you kind of save that. But you do have to account for the upgrade price, which I don't know on top of my head what the upgrade price is, so it's kind of hard to say what the savings on this one is. If I were to take a guess, it would be probably under $1 million, or maybe just a little over $1 million. See, I think the cheaper, Benny's vehicles tend to have that more expensive upgrade prices. Yeah, cheaper Benny vehicles, I believe, have the, like, more expensive upgrade prices. So, yeah. Vapid peyote. I'll just go over the custom one for performance. I'm not going to go over regular peyote since they already give you the custom version anyways. So it's either like muscle car or sport classic, I would imagine, for the peyote customs, since classes can be kind of wonky sometimes that they decide to put vehicles in. I know one of them they put in the muscle car class for some reason. I don't know if it's this one. So I have to look around on Roughly 1322 spreadsheet for a bit to find this, like, performance and all. Alright, looks like it's not a muscle car, saw the like peyote gaster, but that's completely different. Alright, a Peyote Custom is a sport classic vehicle, like I kind of figured. So the Peyote not classic, custom, if I said classic even, for the last time I said it. Peyote Custom for lap time is 27th place out of like 43 different sport classic vehicles, which is not including current DLC. So if there is sport classic vehicles in the current DLC, which I think there is, like the Torador, for example, it's not really that good. It's definitely below average, and that's even putting into account the ones that aren't raceable. Even that's even putting it into account where those aren't counted. The stream is just for like the event week stream, because it's part of the Cayo Perico Heist. They use it as part of the title. It's just purely for the event week. But yeah, I've already done the Cayo Perico Heist on stream. Alright. And then going to top speed of the Peyote Custom, it's 22nd place. So that one's more like barely above average, whereas lap time it's below average. So performance is clearly not going to be very good, but again, it's kind of an upgrade to like a vehicle from like day one of the game. So it's kind of to be expected. So performance-wise, you're really not going to be getting much. Really, you're getting customization from the vehicle for the podium vehicle. That's where pretty much all the value of it's going to come from. But yeah, it's a bit weird. Usually it's kind of pretty clear if I'm doing an event extreme. But yeah, for those who don't know, I've already done a Cayo Perico Heist stream. It was like my almost 9-hour stream, like a week or two ago. Since I did like all the different like prep missions for all the different vehicles. Obviously I just did like the Costacta when it came to like the finale. But I did like all the different approach vehicle like preps just to have them on like one stream and all. It was a very successful stream. There wasn't very much problems with it or anything. But yeah, when they say like week editions or like event week stream, they're always an event week stream of some kind, which is the bulk of what I probably do on the channel. But yes, I have done a heist thing on the channel before for the Cayo Perico Heist like a week or two ago. So hopefully that answers that. Also, I kind of forgot to mention a couple things with the Slamtruck as well for like a racing situation. I'll be going back to that for a moment. I talked about like the functionality and stuff, just haven't talked about like its racing capabilities. So for those who don't know, the Vapid Slamtruck's actually in the utility class, which is a very interesting classing. Because there's only ever been 2 vehicles, I think, including this, that's been utility class. Apparently the only other utility class DLC vehicle, I believe, has been the MOC, and that's not a raceable vehicle. So this is the only DLC utility vehicle in the game that's able to be raced with. Whereas you might do like a very rare utility race in the game. Really, there's probably no reason to do utility races in the game. It's just a little fun fact about it. I watched Preem 1322, and from what I remember, he said it was 2nd place for both lap time and top speed. I believe the MOC was like 3rd place lap time top speed. So still, the Saddler from like day 1 of the game for the utility class is still number 1. Lap time and top speed, from what I remember watching from Preem 1322. Lap time's a massive difference of like 10 seconds, I think. However, top speed is barely different between Saddler and the Slamtruck, so I guess in a top speed situation it can be nice for utility races, but lap time not so much. You might as well just go to Saddler from day 1 of the game. But really, who's going to be doing utility vehicle races? Still, something interesting to mention with the Slamtruck. But still, it's a very wasted opportunity of a vehicle. Could have been nice if they let you press right to put vehicles on the back of it. Could have been nice for like import-export maybe. That could have been a nice vehicle for that business. Kind of resurrect that business kind of a bit. Yeah, and pretty much everyone's probably going to be doing Cayo Perico Heist now, but it is what it is. So I think I've mentioned everything now about the Slamtruck that I wanted to mention. But yeah, Preem Race for the week is cutting corners for the supercar class. I typically mention supercars around the time trial, so I might be mentioning those a little bit later. Cutting corners, fun fact, is also like the track that Preem 1322 tests his like vehicles on when testing out their performance for lap time. Though I think he modifies it a bit as well, so it does have like props on his version of it. But yeah, it's kind of his like testing grounds for vehicles in a sense, from what I know about it. So that definitely means it's a very good lap time course, which is very apparent considering it's in the city, as most courses are. Most races in the game are going to be for lap time, obviously, unless they're on like the highway or something. Okay, regular time trial. I wonder where that would be. And yeah, I'm not in the Tour North, so I can actually see it. And actually, yeah, I noticed it was down here a few seconds ago. And it's LSIA. LSIA, I believe it was running down here somewhere, like up here, something like that. The latest, from what I remember. So there's probably some good bits of top speed there can be, as well as some lap time, but obviously being in the city, I'm just going to go over lap time. And I kind of noticed I go over a lot of details on the, like, lap time top speed for the motorcycle class and supercar class a lot. Obviously, because time trials, the advice pretty much stays the same. You might as well just stick between the 2 classes of vehicles. So I try starting to think of what will matter more, whether it's a lap time or top speed, and I might only go over lap time or top speed, whatever one I think is going to be more useful. And as I mentioned, you can always check out Preem 1322 on YouTube for his like spreadsheet and stuff. That's where I get the information from. So credit goes to him. So I'll go over supercars first, I guess, this time around, because the Preem Race uses the supercars. And yeah, that's also very lap time heavy, so I probably want to go over lap time. So I'll ignore top 3 and top speed for the supercar class, because I want to start trying to make the explanations shorter and shorter for time trial stuff. Because really it's just knowing what the, like, best racing vehicles are. It isn't the hardest thing, but still. Okay, so lap time for top 3 of the supercar class. I'm only going to go over lap time for this case. Still I want to go over lap time and top speed when going over, like, the discounts and stuff, just for, like, time trials and stuff. I'm probably going to try making the explanations on that stuff shorter. But yeah, Protein Emirates is number 1 for lap time for the supercar class. Protein Emirates, I think, is like 2,900,000. And yeah, with the modifications that matter, it's probably going to take it to like low to mid 3 mil range. Benefactor Krieger, I believe, is next, being second place on lap time for the supercar class. Well, that one's like $2,700,000. And again, probably low to mid 3 mil range, I'd say, at highest, with the customizations that matter, like the turbo and all that. And yeah, third place for lap time for the supercar class is the NSS80RR, which is like the one-seater supercar from Diamond Casino Resort DLC. All of the top 3 for lap time for the supercar class is actually all from the Diamond Casino Resort DLC. And from my understanding, this DLC has absolutely no supercars in it. The one vehicle in Legendary was like a sports car. So yeah, I'm pretty sure supercar class hasn't changed whatsoever for the performance and stuff. So those are still top 3. It doesn't have to be updated from 51.52 because the spreadsheet has yet to been updated. So when I explained this to Slamtruck, I was going off of what I remember from Ruffy 152's video, not his spreadsheet, because that's not on there just yet. Yeah, those are between like 2.5 to 2.9 million, so it's very balanced in terms of price for at the moment, of course. So I'd probably just recommend Protein Emirates. You might as well just spend the extra like 400,000, whatever, if you want the number 1 option. Especially with how easy it is to make money now with the Cayo Perico Heist. If you're good enough at the Cayo Perico Heist, it can literally take like just an hour around there. I've done them in like a little over an hour as I've been grinding them. I've got that good at it. I see the finale seems like it can be done in under 10 minutes. That's paying into account like killing everyone in like the compound and stuff, because that's what I like to do. I might start thinking more shortcuts as I grind more of the heist stuff stream. And yeah, if you're not going to use a supercar on the time trial, I'd probably recommend going with a motorcycle. So I'll go over lap time only for the motorcycles, because I think lap time is going to matter the most for the motorcycle class. Or for this whole entire time trial, I mean. But yeah, top 3 for lap time for the motorcycle class. Number 1 is Nagasaki Shotaro. There's like $2.2, $2.3 million from what I recall. And I believe that one you have to play a match at deadline in order to unlock it on the Legendary Motorsport website. So it is a very rare vehicle and has to actually be unlocked in order to have it visible on the website, I believe. So if you haven't played a match at deadline, you should probably do so, because it's very worth having a Shotaro for number 1 lap time. Though it might not be the best vehicle necessarily for the time trial, as I'll go into the details a bit later. Also, for motorcycles, it's not accounting for the Manchester Scout, which I believe is the only new motorcycle in the motorcycle class. I believe the Varus, which is like the ATV, I believe that's an off-road vehicle, I would imagine. Say, Manchester Scout's not included in the list of the motorcycles, because Bruffy 1322 has yet to test it even on his YouTube. So obviously it's not on the spreadsheet for that one. But yeah. Second place for the motorcycle class for a lap time is the Hakuchou Drag. That one is second place for a lap time again. And going back to Shotaro, I believe we can lean forward or backwards with the stick for best possible speed on that vehicle for Shotaro, which was first place a lap time. Yeah, second place a lap time with Hakuchou Drag, that one's like 800, 900,000 I think, from like back from the bikers update, just like with the Nagasaki Shotaro. And yeah, after customizations with the ones that matters for Hakuchou Drag, that one will probably be in like the low to mid 1 mil range at most. And with the Shotaro, that one would probably be more in like the mid to high 2 mil range at most, with the customizations that matter for performance sakes. And Hakuchou Drag, if I didn't mention, I believe you have to lean forward with the stick for best possible speed on Hakuchou Drag, because it's a drag motorcycle. I would imagine you can't really wheelie with those types of motorcycles, so yeah. And then, last but not least, third place for lap time for the motorcycle class is the Body 801. The Body 801 is like under 10,000, it's not like exactly 10,000, so that's a very good entry point. Not to mention, Body 801 is the only one that's top 3 lap time and top 3 top speed for the motorcycle class, not including like weaponized and like rocket powered options at all. Those aren't included in the listings I'm mentioning, because you can't use them in time trials anyways. But yeah, Body 801's third place lap time, it's also second place in top speed, so it's the only one that's top 3 lap time, also top 3 top speed. So honestly, the best bet would probably be the Body 801 for a general vehicle for using in time trials for a motorcycle. But if you think there's a lot of lap time for the Shotaro for the time trial, then the Shotaro would be the one to use. But yeah, I'd say Body 801 in general is the best vehicle to use for time trials, because you can't use a Torador anymore in time trials if you were once able to. Because I wanted my Torador in comparison to my Vigilante last time I did a detail on stream for an event week. And in the Vigilante, the time trial still shows, but the Torador, if I go on that, the time trial does not show. So I think they hotfixed it or something where you can no longer use the Torador in time trials, which is very unfortunate. I don't know why they bothered with that, considering you barely make any money on the time trials anyways. Plus you only make the money like one time. You can only make like 100,000 one time. I don't understand, maybe if they did like an event week, it was like 200 to like 300,000 I could spend sometimes, but still. And actually I didn't go over our Steven Tito time trial yet. But yeah, our Steven Tito time trial for the week is a Fuente Blanca, which is like that ranch area that Mark Mondrazo has or whatever. But yeah, I do have an RC Bandito time trial guide for La Fuente Blanca, so I'm not going to go in details there. Not to mention I haven't made like RC Bandito time trial guides in like the longest time now. So whenever there's one I don't have, I just recommend other people and all, to be fair. But yeah, if you don't want to read my RC Bandito time trial guide, I recommend going to GTA Men. I think he does really good time trial guides. Or of course there's GTA series videos, but they don't commentate over their stuff, they just do the time trial, so there wouldn't be any advice on theirs. But those are a couple places I'd probably go for time trial if you don't want to go to my like guide on it or whatever. But yeah, that should do it for the Preem Race and the time trial. And the 2 time trials, obviously. But yeah, now I typically go over money opportunities, so I'll be doing that. Actually, I think there was a login reward somewhere, assuming it's online notifications or something. I think it's a faded Vapid tea or something. Don't think it's online notifications or anything anymore. So I guess so many of them have happened now. That's off the screen now. But yeah, they did a very similar login reward for the last event week, I think, where it was like a Pegasi tea or whatever. So I show off the login reward here.
Great, the customer.
And I don't think I showed off the last one, so I may be doing that as well.
I don't usually dress like this. They make us
Don't
wear
think
the
it's
clothes.
there. I think manufacturer logos, obviously. But it seems Vapid Aged Tea seems to be the new one. And the requirement for this one is, I believe, you have to have the regular Vapid Tea that they've given out before. So if you didn't get this as a login reward, I don't think there is a login reward for like new clothing. But it's a pretty cool, unique new version of the Vapid Tea. It's pretty cool, of course, if you like to represent the different brands in the game. And yeah, last time they did a Pegasi aged tea for the previous event week for those who got the regular Pegasi tea. So yeah, it seems it's going to pay off having some of these manufacturer logos, assuming they keep going with those.
Good luck out there.
But yeah, now I'll go over money opportunities. One of them is in the pause menu, one is not. I'll go over the one in the pause menu first, and I'll go over bunker sales while I fly around in the Sparrow or something. Because these are pretty much just purely to go over the, like, event weeks, obviously, so I don't, like, do money-making stuff on these streams. Unless I feel it's very worth doing or something. Or if it's not, like, heavily free roam related. Plus, they would be really long for event week streams if I did include making money on them. But yeah. Bunker series refers to the bunker adversary mode, so anything with bunker space like hyphen and then name of the adversary mode after that. So there's every bullet counts, Juggernaut, kill quota, resurrection, slasher, the leftmost part, and trading places. So there's 7 different adversary modes, all that take place in bunker are 2 times 1 RP. Every bullet counts is where you use like the marksman pistol, which was the only like one shot like pistol in the game, I believe, before the new like Cayo Perico pistol came out. So yeah, that one you have to be very sparingly. You have to use your ammo very sparingly to make sure you can get some good kills and stuff. Definitely a pretty strategic mode on that one. Juggernaut, I believe it's similar to some Call of Duty mode. I'm not a big Call of Duty player though. I'm not big on first-person shooters, to be completely honest. I'm more into the open world genre, no matter if they have weapons or not necessarily. Kill quota, that one's like gun game, I'm pretty sure it's called, in Call of Duty, where like if your team gets like a certain amount of kills, a weapon gets upgraded, or it gets downgraded, I believe, to the previous one as well, if people on your team gets killed. So that's a pretty fun one. Hard to say though how much these would pay and all, but really they're not going to be worth it when there's 2 times money RP on bunker sales. So I probably wouldn't bother with any of these unless you want to like mix up the gameplay for all the event week. Resurrection, that one's like a team deathmatch kind of mode, I believe, and then when one person on the other team gets killed, one person who was killed on your team gets brought back. So basically just a variation of team deathmatch on that one. Slasher has like one person with a like shotgun, and like the rest of the people have like flashlights and stuff. Pretty fun mode. I'd say Slasher is one of the funner modes that they've probably ever done in the game for adversary modes, which are bloated as hell, and I'm glad I don't do adversary modes anymore. I'm glad it's been forever since we've got adversary modes. I honestly kind of hope they don't come back, because they're kind of boring in my opinion, like fun like one time around and stuff when they first come out, but after that, probably not, unless it's like the only money opportunity. But with a very solo-friendly money opportunity now in the game, that's very worth doing, being the Cayo Perico Heist now. Don't see a point in any of these, But still, it's fun to kind of mix up the variety, no doubt. But yeah, Toad F Deals Part is basically like the Valentine's kind of mode in the game, where I believe if one person in the couple dies, the other person in the couple dies as well. And then Trading Places is one with like winners and losers. I believe I remember this one paying out pretty well on double money. So that's kind of what I recommend. Kind of same with Slasher, that's one of the funner modes. Probably wouldn't recommend this one because it can be annoying if your teammate dies. Resurrection, that could be a good one since you don't have to spectate a lot or anything. Dang, I don't know if any of these really make you spectate much. All these might be some pretty active adversary modes, where it's not like permanent elimination or anything. Besides for this one, I think. Kill Quota is definitely a pretty fun one. Juggernaut's alright in my opinion, and I probably don't really recommend this one. But this is all like personal preference and all that. But yeah, really none of those are worth playing, to be completely honest. Just have to spice up the gameplay a bit if you get bored with doing one thing. But yeah. On to 2 times money on RP on bunker sales. This is a big money opportunity for the week. Probably the biggest money opportunity we've got this whole entire DLC so far. Took like over a month to get a good money opportunity, I'd say, for the DLC or whatever. So yeah, 2 times money RP, bunker sales. Bunker location, in my opinion, doesn't matter too much at all. Obviously depends on like the other players and stuff. In a session, you can also get very lucky or very unlucky with the players in a lobby. So I know a lot of people really hate that furthest location up, but honestly, I didn't see much problems with it back when I had it. But for a good bunker, I recommend either Lagos and Kudo. That's one I like to have because I have a hangar in the military base, so it's convenient and close to that. Plus, I just really like having stuff in that location. It's a really fun location. That might be pretty based on that one. And I believe there's one by like the Thomas Scrapyard, which is like right next to the highway. I believe that's actually the most expensive one, but really good if you want instant highway access. Because like the one that I'm on, for example, is like right next to a highway, but you kind of have to get up to the highway kind of as well. Okay, I don't know what the hell this 5-minute thing is. Must be some blue dot event thing or something, I don't know. I'm trying to find what that 5-minute timer is about. Because I want to know if it's for like the Cayo Perico pistol or anything. I'm not even seeing it, where the fuck is it even? don't get it. What's this time limit even for? Because I'm not even doing a, like, mission or anything. Must be some free mode thing, but I can't even find it. I'm not seeing anything on my map. Then again, I do have a lot of icons on my map, to be fair, but yeah. What even is this thing going on? I want to know if it's important or not. Because I'll do it on the stream if I need to. Come on, please tell me it's fucking marked on the fucking map. I'm not even seeing it. On these icons, at least. The actual fuck is it telling me about with the time remaining? Is it the right event for the key to like the Cayo Perico pistol or what? I'm not even sure at all. I'm not seeing any like lock-ons or anything with this helicopter. I don't know what the hell is going on. I don't remember where I even got this timer from even. That's just not, you know, what the fuck even is this timer for? I'd like to know what this was about. Maybe you'll tell me in the next minute. I don't fucking know. But yeah, location-wise, I recommend Lagos and Kudo over that most expensive Thomas Scrapyard bunker. But again, location's pretty subjective. Bunker sales, the nice thing about bunker sales is it's not a forced active business. You can make it a passive business, which is definitely ideal for those doing like a lot of runs of the Cayo Perico Heist, for example, which is essentially the #1 best money making method in the game by a long shot now. It's very installable and all that. So yeah, nice thing about the bunker sales is since it is a passive business, you can make it a passive business. You can actually have the bunker producing while you do your Cayo Perico Heist, so it will actually add a bit of money to yourself as well. If only we had the, like, if only we had the master control terminal in the Kosakta, that would be really cool, but yeah. If you have an arcade in the city, I'm sure it's pretty convenient to go to your master control terminal anyways. And nope, it didn't even tell me what the fuck that was all about. I don't even know when I got that or anything. For all I know, it might have just been one of those useless, like, drug stash vehicles, whatever the hell, from the Santo Summer Special, like it was the last time, I think. But I didn't even notice that even. So it was probably just some, it might have been some important bullshit with the Cayo Perico Heist, with the Perico pistol, I don't even fucking know. But yeah, you can make the bunker into a passive business, but you can also source for supplies if you want. Sourcing for supplies obviously means you don't have to pay $75,000. But it's just a complete waste of time going for sourcing supplies. You might as well just buy the supplies and make your $75,000 back through other methods. Like the Cayo Perico Heist, you can make way more than that in like 2 hours, 30 minutes. But yeah, I think it takes like 2 hours, 40-ish minutes to produce the full thing of supplies if you buy one thing of supplies. Convenient thing about the bunker sales is if you buy just one thing of supplies, it's completely sellable. It will be a solo friendly sell machine like all the time. That's assuming you have max staff and equipment upgrades, and because you can have it sellable with the like staff and equipment upgrades, buying just one thing of supplies, I would assume it would be sellable without those upgrades as well, but obviously you wouldn't be making as much money. And yeah, double money, buying just one thing of supplies on the bunker, that's like 420,000 I think. And of course if you're in a populated lobby, that can go up like 1% to like 25% or something for like a sale bonus kind of. It's kind of, you know, like a lot of businesses in the game. So you can probably make upwards of almost like $500,000 every like almost 3 hours. And that's in addition to Cayo Perico Heist, which you can probably make like a couple mil while waiting for the bunker to produce, if you're good enough at the game, and are good enough at the heist and got used to it and all. So yeah, I recommend just buying one thing of supplies. That makes it solo friendly. Unless you play a lot with other players, then definitely feel free to buy a lot more bunker supplies for sure. But yeah, it's very friendly for solo players and players in a group for bunker. Probably one of the better money opportunities they can do in the game. And the fact you can combine it with your Cayo Perico Heists is very amazing. Makes for even more amazing money potential. Making like 200k and paying like 75k for product or whatever, that's not really worth it, but with it being double now, definitely worth doing, I think. Yeah, I think I explained the 2 times 1 ERP on bunker sales good enough, that I should do. So I guess now there's nothing but discounts to cover. Alright, yeah, nothing but discounts now. So one property discount for the event week is obviously the bunkers, as put on as a spectator. So yeah, as I was saying, I believe this is the most expensive bunker in the game, which is now like 1,374,000 on 40% off. And renovations and upgrades and all that are 30%, not 40%, I'm pretty sure. So the bunkers themselves 40, renovations 30. And also upgrades that you do in the bunker for like staff equipment and security, I believe. So bunker style obviously is purely cosmetic. Personal quarters is if you want to spawn inside the bunker, which can be worth doing if you want. If you want to be at the bunker a lot, which if you grind it a lot, you probably won't have to. But of course there is the master control terminal. However, master control terminal is best for buying supplies. It's not really good for starting sell missions since you still have to go to the actual businesses themselves. Personal quarters, I don't really think it's that worth it on this one though. Because there's not really much you do at the bunker besides for selling product. It's not like the hangar or like a yacht or something where you get very convenient like travel from point A to point B, where you're gonna do stock saving. So it's not one I really recommend too much for personal quarters even. Shooting range. Shooting range is nice for a bit. But yeah, if you do all the things of the shooting range, you can get 30, like, throwables. You can kind of up your throwable capacity by, like, 5 for a lot of different throwables in the game. So pretty much all your throwables you can get up, like, 5 more capacity for. So if you use a lot of throwables, the shooting range is kind of nice to get all the challenges done for. Or at least, like, up to a certain point, you have to do some challenges to get to all that. That's the biggest reward for the shooting range, is getting more throwable capacity. Besides for that, I believe there is like a platinum and like gold like tint that you can put on your like Mark II weapons, and a bunch of clothing, which is a lot of just cosmetic stuff. But the throwable bonuses is pretty nice with the shooting range. So I do kind of recommend the shooting range. Gun locker, certain properties actually come with a gun locker. I believe the nightclub comes with a gun locker, for example. So you don't really need a gun locker if you just want one of them. If you're going one property with a gun locker, I probably would recommend the nightclub. And yeah, bunker's kind of a big property, so I do recommend transportation. So there's small reasons to get the shooting range and transportation and personal quarters. And yeah. And yeah, it's 30% off bunker modifications, which is on the website, and also upgrades, which is staff security and equipment, I'm pretty sure. Which staff and equipment you absolutely want, since you get more value out of the product. Security. Personally, for me, I don't really get business rates, so security, in my opinion, is not really that relevant. But if you stay in your CO and MC for a really long time and don't go out of it, then probably pretty worth it. Me, I'm not really just staying around in like a lobby or anything. Being CO and MC, if I'm like just going to be on security cameras, so typically on register. And even then, not really that worth doing that anymore, because Cayo Perico Heist is so good for making money. Not doing that for the nightclub, I feel, or anything, is really not necessary anymore, I feel. Yeah, I gotta wonder what that timer was about on the game. So I think for the discounts for everyone are basically all on Legendary or War Stock, I think. Or kind of Stubborn as well. I think Legendary has some stuff. Or at least from gaming, I think. I'll go for Prime Gaming, I guess, later. Right now I'll go for ones for everyone, I guess. But yeah, first discount for everyone is the Vapid GB200, where it's like $940,000 normally. And on discount for 40% is $564,000. So I think the GB200 is probably a sports car, so I'll look for that on the spreadsheet from Rookie 152. Alright, yeah. Vapid GB200 is a sports car, and for lap time it's 46th place, which isn't as bad as it might seem, considering it's a class of like 75 vehicles in the game now, I think, with the Italia RSX now. So yeah, 75 is very huge for a class in the game for the amount of vehicles a class has. But yeah, 46th place lap time for the sports class is nothing to write home about. It's still below average, no matter how you slice it, pretty much. And GB200 is 55th place, actually, for top speed, which is even worse than lap time. And again, that's below average, so you're not getting really anything out of performance. Then it kind of looks like it's more of a rally car, more than like a traditional sports car. So that might be why the performance is really bad. But in turn, it might have some pretty good customization. Obviously, I don't know firsthand what the customization is, but if anything, the customization is probably where the vehicle shines at. Not really in like a performance circumstance. So if you're looking for performance, I wouldn't get this vehicle. But obviously you might want it for personal preference reasons, or for the customizations, if it's even good. Oh yeah. Both Prime gaming discounts, I think, for the week are both on the Legendary Motorsport website. Which I guess I'll actually go over them now, since I am on this website, after all. So yeah, Progen PR4. That one's normally like $3,500,000, and that's a Prime gaming discount at like 80%. And it's only like a little over $1 million right now, so that's a very good discount for Prime gaming. Oh, that's 70%, not 80% on the PR4. There is 80% on the Osiris, though. But yeah, I think there's 4 vehicles in open wheel class, but there's like 3 different... Wait, there's 4 vehicles for the open wheel class, but there's like 3 different lap times and top speeds off of like the setup you have. Since it all depends on like your tire grip and stuff like that on like the PR4. Or maybe more like the bodywork section and all that. So yeah, the PR4, for lap time, the PR4, for lap time, the PR4 gets at best 4th place, which is just under top 5, which is just under top 3 of the open wheel class. So yeah. If you have a mid-downforce setting on your PR4, then you'll be getting 4th place at lap time pretty much. If you have like a minimum downforce setup though, you'll get like a 5th place at lap time setup on the PR4. And then if you have a max downforce setting, you'll get 10th place lap time on the PR4 out of like 12 placements, because there's 3 placements per vehicle in the open wheel class, and there's 4, so times 3 is 12. Because yeah, it all depends on your downforce setup. PR4 for top speed, on the other hand, is actually at the bottom for top 5 at minimum, and that's on a minimum downforce setup. And then it doesn't appear again until 9th place on top speed for the PR4 on a mid downforce setup. And PR4 is actually at the way bottom of top speed. PR4 is way bottom top speed on a max downforce setup. So yeah, max downforce setup on the PR4 is a really bad setup if you're going for max downforce, apparently. And at best, PR4 does like 4th place for a lap time, and that's on a mid downforce setup. So I'd probably recommend... I'd probably recommend going a minimum downforce setup on the PR4, since that has 4th and 5th place, or actually... Yeah, if you go a minimum downforce setup on the PR4, you'll get 5th place top speed, pretty much. And you'll get like 4th or 5th for lap time as well. Okay, actually for PR4 on a minimum downforce setup, you actually get 5th place lap time and 5th place top speed, actually. Which is kind of like barely above average, but yeah. PR4, even though it's pretty much the most expensive, I think, yeah. Okay, if you know the PR4 is the most expensive, it's not really like top tier for the class, dependent on your setup at all. All the setups aren't necessarily that good at all for the PR4. So honestly, PR4 kinda seems like a waste of money unless you don't have open wheel vehicle yet, like myself. Like, honestly, you're better with a BR8, apparently. It seems on a minimum downforce setup again, apparently. Which minimum downforce is like 3rd place lap time and like 2nd place top speed on the BR8. Which, no, that's not on discount, it's for comparison against the PR4. So you might as well go to the next one down on the BR8, because apparently that's the best of the open wheel vehicles, just looking at the like spreadsheet. And going off basic knowledge. So yeah, PR4 probably won't even get it, honestly. It seems like a waste of money even on a Prime Gaming discount. Though obviously if you want it, obviously while it's on a 70% off discount for Prime Gaming, you might as well. But that's mainly just gonna be if you don't already have an open wheel vehicle, I'd say even. And yeah, Pegassi Osiris. Instead of being like almost 2 million, 1,950,000 is only $390,000 right now on an 80% off Prime Gaming discount. And that is definitely a supercar. So for lap time, the Osiris gets 22nd place out of 48 at least different supercars, which again, I don't think there's any new supercars with this update. So it's, it's a tiny bit above average for a lap time for the Osiris being 22nd on like 48 different supercars in the game. But really, Odyssey is way better. But really, Odyssey is way better supercars. Might as well just wait for another Prime Gaming discount. And then, yeah. For top speed, the Osiris is 32nd place, which 32nd place is below average for top speed. So yeah, at best it's barely above average for lap time. So for performance, this isn't really a good vehicle. It's really just for customization or personal preference kind of reasons, if it's even got good customizations. If not, then the gullwing doors are pretty cool, I suppose, or whatever kind of doors. Maybe they're gullwing ones that it has. So that's kind of nice, is it's gullwing door vehicle. It's pretty much the best it's got for it, I guess. Since it's not really good performance-wise. And yeah, there's one more run-through of if I've covered all the vehicles on this website. Cyrus I did, same GB200, and there was PR4. Alright, yes I did. Alright, so that's both Prime Gaming discounts complete, as well as one of the discounts that everybody has with the GB200. I think next website that has discounts for sure would be Warstock. And right now, the Vapid Winky is actually on discount. But yeah, if you want the trade price, you have to complete Gather Intel mission and Cayo Perico Heist as VIP CO or MC present. I don't know what it means by complete Gather Intel mission, because obviously Gather Intel is like getting info on the primary target and obviously any secondaries that you might want. So since it says complete, I'm assuming you do have to find like all the different grappling hooks, all the different like guard clothing, all the different secondary targets. Really, it's probably the most annoying trade price of this whole entire DLC. If not including the DJ ones. If including the DJ ones, I don't know. But yeah, it seems like a really annoying trade price to get, in my opinion. So I probably really wouldn't bother with the trade price. So obviously if you want it normally under $1 million, that's pretty good to go for. Not that there's guys out there to help with that. But yeah. But yeah, the Vapid Winky is a racer, which is pretty interesting. But that's kind of the most it's got going for it, aside for customizations. I believe the customizations, from what I've seen, is actually pretty good for the vehicle. Some pretty cool customizations. The customization's a plus for this vehicle, but that's really it. This doesn't have any explosive resistance or anything from what I've seen. Which I believe another upcoming vehicle, that's also like a vehicle that was in the beta of the game before this update came out, obviously. Now it's properly in the game. Like officially now. But yeah. Another vehicle is going to be coming out like that as well. That's going to be a disappointment from what I've heard. But yeah. Yeah, that's kind of in the game right now. But yeah. Winky for performance. While the spreadsheet's not updated yet, I can't really look at the spreadsheet to say for sure. But if I remember from watching the video of Ruffy 1322, this is actually the new, like, worst raceable off-road vehicle in the game. That title was previously held by, like, the Dune Loader for, like, the last 7-8 years in the game, or whatever. But now there's a vehicle in the off-road class that's even slower than the Dune Loader in the game, though, for lap time and top speed. in some circumstances might even be the worst, even including like non-raceable vehicles like the Zaba, for example, you know, like the RC Mendito. I know that one's raceable in some ways, just not like traditionally. So yeah. Performance is really bad on this vehicle, so really you're purely just getting it for customization. Doesn't really have any explosive resistance from what I've heard either. So I'd probably save money on that one. Aside for personal preference reasons. And yeah, they cannot be weaponized at all. It's just a civilian vehicle, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, the Cara, the regular Cara, which is the original weaponized 6x6 variant, is on discount for 40% off. The Winky, by the way, was a 25% off discount. Obviously makes sense, kinda, because it's a new vehicle. But yeah. There's 40% off the regular Cara and also the 4x4 version, as I found as a spectator, since I did plural for Cara. But yeah, almost 1.8 million. Normally you're getting around like 700,000 off of it. So a kind of decent like amount off of it. But yeah, you do need a vehicle workshop inside of Avenger or MOC. Or I believe you can take this in the arena if you have the weaponized mechanic and customize it there as well. So you do need like another property, so it is kind of paywalled. But yeah, this vehicle is not really going to be that helpful for making money. But it does actually allow you to have an advantage on like target assault. I believe the first map of target assault actually uses the Vapid Cara. And having a custom version of that, assuming the host actually has custom vehicles enabled, of course, will allow you to actually use your custom Cara on Target Assault 1. So whenever Target Assault might be like double money RP, this could be an okay vehicle to get. Besides for that, it's really not going to do that much, honestly. And yeah, you might be able to change to like normal machine gun to like minigun, if I remember right, for more like rate of fire, but the one that it comes stock with is probably better for damage. But yeah, it's really not going to do much of anything for you. So I probably really wouldn't recommend going for it unless you are big on collecting all the weaponized vehicles in the game like myself. Besides for that, I probably would avoid it. But really the best thing it's going to do is allow you to use a custom version of it on Target Assault 1 if you have it customized. Since you can't use custom versions of that stuff on the Target Assault races. For Windows might again be double money RP. But next is the heavy APC, which I believe, which almost concludes Semester Spectator. Heavy APC, that can go in the water. It can actually go in the water since it's amphibious. Almost gain $1 million off of it, actually, at least on a trade price, which is pretty nice. APC, again, this isn't really going to be too helpful of a vehicle similar to the Cara. But yeah, I'd say it's better than the Cara, I'd say at least. I feel it's a tiny bit more useful than the Cara. But yeah, you can go in water with it, which gives it some good practicality, which is nice. It does have bullet. I actually don't know if it has bullet resistant windows, actually. I don't think it does. Yeah, I don't think this has bullet resistant windows, but yeah, you can get shot out of this pretty easily compared to other, like, vehicles similar to the APC, like the Rhino tank and like the Kanjali. It's kind of more in lines with the Scarab in terms of how easily you can get shot out of it. Actually, this might have bullet resistant windows. Well, actually, wait, I think that's the one thing that Zappa has over APC, so no, I don't think it has bullet resistant windows. So you can hit shot of it kind of easily if whoever's shooting at you is good at shooting and all. And yeah, it's nowhere near as good as the Botagate Tony's APC, sadly, I believe, because they removed the ability to use the weapon by yourself. You do have to have another player to actually use the weapon, at least for the stock weapon. I forget on the SAM battery with 60 missiles, I think that even you can't use as a driver either. And even if you do upgrade to that, the missiles are not lock-ons, so they're not really that practical. And they're not infinite, like, ammo, like the normal, like, stock cannon is, which is kind of more devastating, let's say, kind of even, in some ways. And besides for the turret and the SAM battery, I believe the back seats have, like, tiny machine guns, like, over here, like, over this part of it on the image here. But yeah, those inky-dinky machine guns are probably some of the trashiest machine guns in the game. And the angle is probably really restricted, obviously, considering where they're placed and stuff, so really, I wouldn't recommend this too much. If you're going to use it solo, the best weaponry you'll probably have is proximity mines if you want to keep moving around with the vehicle, that is, instead of just switching seats constantly. But yeah, explosive resistance is probably the best thing it's got, of course. But yeah, it's really not going to do that much compared to a lot of the different vehicles in the game. It's not a very good grinding vehicle, to say the least. And Insurgent pickup is not actually on discount, just glitched up at the moment. Yeah, and certain pickups not actually on. Yeah, it's not actually on discount, just glitched up at the moment. Same with Buzzer Attack Chopper, that's not actually on discount right now. Yeah, I believe there's only one last discount, and that's the regular Cayo Perico 4x4. Or actually, it was the second Cayo Perico to ever be in the game, so it's called Cayo Perico 4x4, whereas the other one's just regular Cayo Perico. But yeah, Vapid Cayo Perico 4x4 is a civilian version of the Cayo Perico on Warstock without the machine gun. Also, it's only got 4 wheels, not 6. It has one less seat of capacity. But being a civilian vehicle might have better customizations, obviously. For, like, cosmetic modifications, I mean, of course. But yeah, I'm guessing this is in the off-road class. But yeah, Cayo Perico 4x4 for an off-road class, it's 13th place for lap time. So kind of barely underneath the top 10. So it's nowhere near the worst for a lap time, but it's not really that good either. And there's at least 50 vehicles in the game, so yeah, nowhere near the worst, but still not really that good either for a lap time. Cayo Perico 4x4 for top speed is actually 12th place though, which I think is only a single placement better than the lap time I mentioned. And again, credit for the spreadsheet goes to roughly 1322. So yeah, 13th place lap time, 12th place top speed. Both barely under the top 10. So it can... It's not necessarily bad, but it's not good either, but yeah. Probably won't waste money on it, honestly. I'd probably rather get the regular Cayo Perico, and that one has way more uses, I'd say. And yeah, going back to the target install, for those who don't know what that is, it's a thing in the pause menu. It's for here, and it's like a series of races where people shoot targets, you know, one person drives, the other shoots targets. You can actually use custom versions on the first map here, if the host has it enabled. So having a custom version of that can be beneficial in that way. That's honestly kind of the biggest thing it does, to be completely honest. And yeah, before I go, I'll make sure I covered everything with the event week and whatnot. Thank you. Alright, yeah, I covered all the discounts. Now to check the stream, I suppose. Alright, yeah, good. I was making sure that person didn't randomly dislike or anything. Because that person randomly disliked just because they thought it was the actual heist I was streaming, and I would have laughed my ass off, honestly. And also, screw people who try to tell me that I shouldn't, like, drink, like, every other day or anything and shit like that. I hate people try to tell me how I should drink and shit when I'm an adult and shit. Also, what the fuck's that even locking on to? Hey, one of those stupid useless drug stash things again, or whatever the fuck. I don't fucking know. But anyways, that's gonna finally be it for the stream. Maybe I'll make some video content, maybe I'll start doing that again. Since, yeah, as I mentioned the last stream, the fucking new administration and shit in the US and shit's fucking oppressing as fuck. Fucking bunch of dumbasses actually voted for dumb fucks and shit, man. That are just gonna ruin the economy and shit. In my opinion, at least. Doesn't sound like they got a fucking plan for that fucking pandemic bullshit, whatever the fuck. Doesn't seem to even have a plan for that shit. But whatever. Because so many people apparently got butthurt over tweets, quote unquote, whatever the fuck. So I guess we're fucked now. And hopefully that'll be the last mention of it. Because honestly, I don't really give a shit to keep up with the other fucking side and what dumb bullshit they do, honestly. For fucking left and shit. Like, I really don't give much fuck, and maybe it was this that I walked into, I don't fucking know. So yeah, maybe I'll do a miscellaneous stream of like Pacific Standard or something this week as well, or actually next week, because tomorrow is going to be Monday, and I don't know if I'm going to do that for Sunday. But yeah, I'll see. No promises though, just some ideas, which I also mentioned in the last stream, I think. Yeah, that's probably going to be it for the stream. Hope you enjoyed.